hyped makeup TikTok made me buy. Let's begin with NYX, the Bare With Me Blur Tint Foundation. This one's all over TikTok. This is a medium coverage foundation with a matte blurred finish. I'm intrigued. I picked up shade number 3, Light Ivory. I see a lot of people using this product, and this type of product where it just gives you the instant results with a wow factor. I'm kind of shocked that it's only a medium coverage foundation. I kind of feel like this is a medium to full coverage. It's definitely a matte foundation. It's not really like a soft matte. I would say it's a true matte. It's very light. It has a whipped texture. It's not super thick and creamy. It's more lightweight, which is really nice. But look at that. That's really good. I got rid of my redness pretty quick. Pretty easy to blend, but I didn't let it sit on my skin. And I'm using the Rose and Ben, the new C42 foundation brush, which is one of my favorites currently. I'm impressed how well that covered. I still have all that foundation on the back of my hand. Instant gratification. I will say one thing. I think this is the type of foundation where you have to work very, very thin layers and build it up kind of like I am, not going really heavy right away, just because it is really mattifying. It is kind of sitting on top of my skin. It's not really becoming second skin like finish, which I prefer. So on the back of my hand, the color has oxidized a little bit, but on my face, it's still a little brighter. I mean, look, you can see the difference. It's a lot brighter. So I'm hoping it's going to oxidize a little bit more just because I'm looking a little pale right now. It's looking blurred and matte, but I think it's borderline looking dry on my skin. And I have combination skin, which means my cheeks are normal to dry sometimes, and then my T-zone gets oily throughout the day. So I'm hoping as the time goes on, it's going to melt a little bit more with my skin and become second skin-like finish. Next product. This one is by SheGlam, and this is their contour liquid or liquid contour called Sun Sculpt. I have 2 shades, Soft Tan and Golden Sun. Super blendable formula, highly pigmented, long wearing. Okay, I like the claims. So this right here is Soft Tan, and you can see this is a true contour. It's supposed to go a little more cool tone, more gray, just to give you the shadows on your face. And then we have Golden Sun. That one I would say is a true bronzer. It's gonna give you that warmth to your skin. Let's go with, I keep forgetting the name, Soft Tan. Let's see how blendable this is. I'm actually impressed with the way it's blending in, but I am having to put a little bit more force than I usually do. It does not look like the NYX blurring foundation is coming off. So as you can see, this just gave me the depth that I need from my face. It's not really bronze and it's not adding warmth to my skin. It's just giving me the shadows. I'm gonna take a smaller face brush. This is by Fenty Beauty 125. And did I say these are only $4.99? $4.99. I actually haven't used such a cool tone contour before this, so I'm pretty impressed. I'm gonna go back in with my foundation brush and just gently go over. So this next product is not technically a new product or a new release. This has been out for ages. It's by Maybelline, the Instant Age Rewind, but this particular shade, Pink, which is the Brightener shade 160. I want to show you guys the difference between the two. That's my concealer shade, Fair, and then this is 160 Brightener. So you can use the Brightener shade either on top of your concealer or just on its own because it does have really good medium coverage, just like the concealer shades. I find that it's a little dry and it can look somewhat crepey under eyes, so I would recommend to prep your under eye with either an eye mask or an eye cream just to give it that beautiful hydration throughout the day. Left side we're going to do the Brightener, and the right side we're going to do the concealer shade, which is 110 Fair. I'm in my brush phase, so Rare Beauty concealer brush. Very easy to blend, pretty flawless. The texture looks really nice under the eyes, but I still see a little bit of blue. So personally, I would do concealer first and then go with the Brightener on top, just ever so slightly, just to give it that brightness underneath the eyes to make them look even more wide awake. But that's pretty. It's very bright, very awakened. It looks stunning, but it doesn't look like I put blush underneath my eyes. It just has the slightest pink hue. And if you don't like putting the sponge applicator to your face, just put it on the back of your hand. Now I'm gonna take another little brush. This is by Real Techniques, the soft accent brush. All right, so you can see the concealer side, there's a little bit more coverage versus the Instant Age Rewind, the pink brightener side. I think the brightener, like I said, it's good to layer on top of your concealer to give it that extra brightness. I did want to mention the e.l.f. Lash and Roll Mascara. It's one of the newest that they recently launched. It's a great everyday mascara. It gives you the length, it gives you the separation, the definition, and it gives you the lift and curl. The only thing it doesn't give, volume, but I love it for every day. For blush, we have PLouise. They're a flirty blush of color. I picked up 2 shades. We have Cutie Cake and Pink Party. This pretty crazy on TikTok, but I saw it and it was very fascinating because it looked very pigmented, but then when you blend it out, it just kind of gives you the most beautiful flush of color on your cheeks. So with this, you do have to squeeze it out. Woo! There we go. Look at that. Pink Party. This one's definitely a little more intense and hot pink. Ooh, very pigmented. I might want to mix the two together. It's actually kind of pretty. I'm actually going to work this into my blush brush by Rose & Ben, the C41 blush brush. It is pigmented enough, but I think I'm not liking these colors on my skin tone. I'll take my foundation brush, soften the edges again. They're definitely pigmented, I'll give it that much. I think they're buildable, they're blendable. I just should have picked up more colors, I think. To tone this down, I'm going to take a little bit of the Golden Sun, kind of like right here. Just to add a little bit of that depth, but also warmth. Golden Sun is the little bit warmer undertone from SheGlam. I don't really like that. I think it's a little too olive based for my skin tone. For lip liner, one of my new obsessions lately is the Tower 28. Their multi-liner in shade Fill Me In. Perfect everyday lip liner, and I love the way it sits on my lips. It doesn't dry them out, it doesn't exaggerate my fine lines or my wrinkles on my lips, and the formula is so creamy, and this color in particular for my skin tone, it works pretty much with every single lipstick I've tried. I've talked about this lipstick before, and I kind of wanted to try it again because I like the color, but the formula I'm not impressed with, and I'm kind of disappointed. This is the Revlon Super Lustrous Glass Shine lipstick. There is a specific shade that's going viral, not just the lipstick themselves, but a specific shade, Rum Raisin. I don't have it. I tried to find it online, tried to find it in stores, they're gone. This particular shade that I actually really like is Chocolate Luster in number 010. If you are familiar with Revlon, the super lustrous lipsticks, the satin cream formula, they're beautiful. This formula, Glass Shine, the way it applies patchy and just kind of sits weird on top of my lips, but I don't know. I wanted to give it a go again and see if I would like it better. Yeah, Andre goes, it's sheer and patchy. How is that possible? So the overall color, when you work it into your lips, it's actually really pretty. And like I said, this lip liner by Tower 28 works with anything. It just kind of elevates any lipstick. I'm still not impressed with these lipsticks. For the formula, for the way it applies, it should be very effortless, and it's not. I'm gonna keep you guys updated on the NYX Bare With Me Blurring Tint Foundation along with the contour and blush. Everything else I've played with, it's been in my life for a hot minute, and I recommend, for example, these Instant Age Rewind concealers by Maybelline. I think they're stunning, very easy to use. And then also the Tower 28 lip liner, beautiful. I think this is definitely worth looking into for a cleaner lip liner formula. And then last but not least, the e.l.f. Lash and Roll Mascara. If you're looking for a great everyday mascara, I can't say enough good things about this. It's a phenomenal mascara. I'm gonna keep checking in on the SheGlam, the PLouise blush, and the NYX Bare With Me Skin Tint Foundation. Let's go. We just finished dinner and a little bit of lip liner still left. Looking a little glowy. And it feels a little oily on my T-zone. But it kind of looks dry. And it's like the way it's melting around my nose. It's gathering around my nose. In not a pretty way. I think my pores still look somewhat poreless. They look okay. What do you think?
It does look a little dry.
It's dry and oily at the same time.
Mom, what are you doing?
It's kind of what I thought. Mama's doing an update. video.
Picture.
Yeah, picture video.
Picture video.
Okay, starting with the NYX, the Blurring Skin Tint Foundation. When I first applied it with the initial application, I liked the way it blended, but the finish of it was just always just kind of sitting on top of my skin and never really fully kind of became one with my skin. So therefore, at the end of the day and like throughout the day, my skin was looking dry and oily at the same time. My pores are a little more exaggerated and not blurred so much where they were in the beginning. I think this foundation is good for an event. If you're gonna go for maybe, let's say, 4-hour event, whatever that may be, a wedding, a party, but I don't think it's a full day type of a foundation. It feels a little heavier on the skin, like you kind of can feel it as the day goes on. Like I was feeling a little tight around my mouth and my jaw and my chin, and now I actually can feel the foundation. It just kind of feels very slimy and just a little slippy, and I can actually move the foundation. It's not giving me that longevity that I was really hoping for. The blush I still see, but I feel like it's wearing slightly patchy. I don't know what this is, probably from the kids. From their drools throughout the day. PLouise blush, I think those blush shades, I thought I was gonna enjoy them more than I did. Maybe it was the skin tint underneath the skin foundation, but I just was not vibing with the colors on my cheeks. They're pretty, but I wasn't vibing with them. I wasn't really excited about them. Besides the SheGlam contour, I think I still see it right here, but on my forehead, it's pretty much gone. So again, it probably just depends on what type of base you're wearing. And again, those contours, I'd probably wear them like or use it as an underpainting technique and really get that contour down before applying my base on top of it. I think I would enjoy a lot more. But if you're wondering, yes, that is still the lip liner. And yes, the Revlon Glass Shine lipstick, still not a fan. I don't know if it's just me, but it kept drying out my lips. So I finally just removed it. I reapplied it 3 times. So not really happy with the Revlon Super Lustrous Glass Shine lipstick. I love doing these tests for you guys. That way I can help you save money or steer you in a different direction, or actually tell you, hey, these products are great. And I think if you are looking or have been eyeing this, go see what you'll enjoy. Thank you for watching, spending time with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.